going? That's why. Hello, my peeps. I just double checked to make sure this was right. And then I started and it wasn't doing. Somehow when I log in, I hit the shortcut keys for Zoom and I somehow keep zooming myself in. Anywho, sorry I'm late. Hi. Tracey here. Oh, I can't do it. It's the paper. That's the wrong way. The paper pusher. Stampin' Up Demonstrator, and one tired woman today. I had my garage sale yesterday, and it was a success. I got rid of some of the big items I really needed to get rid of and made a little extra coin to offset the cost of my new shelves, which I will show you one day soon. I did not get rid of everything. There's still stuff left. You're looking for something, let me know. If you're a local teacher, daycare worker, I don't know, somebody who works with people that you need like craft supplies or like little gifties and stuff. I used to do the classes and I used to do the stuff for my son's school. And so I would like buy on when they were on sale to use the next year. And then when it all of a sudden stops, I get stuck with all this stuff. And then I also kind of scaled back on a bunch of other stuff I'm not doing anymore. So, but I have like a little package from the dollar store of probably 12 adorable little Christmas rulers. And I need to put them in something. But you're welcome to them. You just have to come get them. The tables are still set up because by the time we were done last night, there was no putting stuff away. I closed things down about 8:45. It was busy from before I started as I was setting up. Met lots of lovely people in the neighborhood stopping by to chat. And then between 4 and 5, a few people stopped by to do a little pre-shopping. And then it was busy till 6:30. And my whole buy-a-bag thing is so fun to watch, but I think people were enjoying themselves picking stuff. And you get to like rifle through stuff and just throw it in, fill the bag, and oh, we need another one. So that was fun. But then at about 7 o'clock, it just stopped. And not a soul came afterwards. So I had said 9 on the signs, and I had one person asking about something. So I was really still hoping he was going to show up. And but then I told my son, well, we'll start getting ready. We can pull. I was in my brain, I'm sitting there, and I was warm all day long, right? Like I'm moving, I'm going. But as soon as I started to just sit, and I was doing other things, and I'm sorting some tools, but then it just started to get cooler. And I have a heated garage, but the big door was open. So the heater's going full blast. My energy bill is going to be a little high this month. But it wasn't really warming up the garage. And because I was just sitting, I just kept getting colder. So I went out and I thought, well, let's start like planning how we're going to get everything in. And because we're starting some construction on the garage with building a proper lighting. I have like deadly stairs in my garage right now. And have had for 6 years. Finally getting around to doing something about it. And yes, the dog has knocked me down the stairs a couple times. So as I'm sitting there, I thought, well, go outside. Let me just see how big is that. And when I went outside, I noticed that all of the stuff outside actually had a layer of frost on it. And it was like, time to bring this stuff in. So called my son. We quickly brought everything in. And then I sat in the bath for like an hour and a half. I noticed this morning, though, because I hold my iPad with both hands when I'm reading, right? I don't want to drop it in the bathtub. So I soaked for quite a while in the nice hot bath, but my hands did not. My hands have like dirty nails. I don't know if you can, well, good thing you can't really see. Should have pointed it up. Anyways, so yes. So today I'm feeling much better. But I am still like sore because that was like bone deep, cold and sore. And I'm just like, I'm stiff and sore now. And so kind of slow moving. And I was watching Linda Cullen, who I just love, and Tammy White do their Stampin' Scoop. And they were showing, because we got to order out of the new catalog. Sometimes you got to see the stuff though, to really like, appreciate or decide if you want it or not. And so I had ordered a few things. I didn't order a ton because I haven't fully decided what I'm doing yet. Because right now, seriously, I'm obsessed with the Advent calendar. And I have like the January plan I have for it is so much fun, and I need more people to want to do that. But I'm having so much fun playing with the stuff. So I haven't totally, but I have some other ideas for like springtime stuff, but I'm not going to pre-buy a whole bunch of stuff anymore because this whole purging thing, it's the same as catalogs. Like I have down here on my little list catalogs. I would buy 2 or 3 packs of catalogs every time so that I had them in case anybody wanted them. But in the end, I've thrown away into the recycle, but still. so many catalogs and stuff. And I thought, no, if you want a catalog, let me know and I'll get you a catalog. If I'm going to plan a class, I can plan a class with just enough stuff to say, do we have interest? And if we have interest, then I'll buy all the stuff for it. But because I just, this purge has been, I've done it so many times every time I move out of garage sale, but this last time it was like, yeah, no, changing habits. So yeah, there's still more to do. Cleaning up and getting all the stuff ready and that, but yeah, so new stuff to do. But anyways, so there's new projects or new products coming out. And so I was watching the Stampin' Scoop show, which was going to be an hour and a half long, because they buy absolutely everything on the online exclusives and everything in the mini catalog, and then they just go through it. So sometimes it's good to see, and like she holds it up so you can see the size of it, and like it just, you get like their commentary on it. But my son kept interrupting me, so I kept pausing. And so we got because I was going to be done 15 minutes before I had to start. But no, he kept interrupting. So then all of a sudden I look up and it's exactly 3:00. And I thought, okay, everything else is ready. I just have to get like everything online. Well, Zoom is causing problems. I don't know why. Every now and again, it just doesn't want to. I haven't used it for a couple of weeks. That's probably why. So I'm just about, like, oh, I got it. I'm just about to hit live. And my neighbor, Pure Later truck, dog loses his nut. Into the office, bark and defeat the band. And then when I tell him to be quiet, it goes from to, and then he's like, and he like just stands there like he wants to growl, but he knows he's gonna get yelled at. But the commotion. So I had to wait till the Pure Later truck left, and now I just rambled for a bunch of time. Okay, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on in the next little while. I have found some more information about it. I don't even know if that's very readable yet. I didn't want to print a whole bunch of pieces of paper, so I only printed one. Okay, the first thing that's coming up is the Black Friday sale. Okay, so this starts on the 25th of November, which, just a minute. This was something for my advent calendar. I'm making all the kits up so you can see what you get. So like this one, this is what you get for card number 5. Because a bunch of stuff is in the kit, so this is the other stuff. I'd love to show you that card though. Oh, it's so pretty. This was card number 4, I think, that has the oh, it's so much fun. But anyways, all this stuff is blocking my calendar. Yeah, okay, it is the Tuesday. I was pretty sure the 25th was. Oh yes, because I'm registering for on stage. Okay. So we know that stuff is going on. They haven't had a Black Friday sale before. Yes, they used to do sales. They used to have the online sale, but they used to call it something else. It was never on Boxing Day though. It was somewhere in the end of the month. Beginning of December, they had a year-end sale. Anyways, this is the first time they're doing Black Friday. So up to 40% off select products. Now, you want to order closer to the 25th and not the 1st, because stuff will sell up. And I mean, some of the stuff that's on order is stuff that will come back. Just when I forgot to grab one thing. Where am I going? Oh, where did I put it? I've changed things around, so now I'm not exactly sure where everything is. I think it's in here though. Yes, it is. So yes, some of the stuff that is on sale is not like stuff that will go out and never come back. It'll just go out and you just have to wait, because they did give us an email, and I don't actually know if it was just demonstrators or if it was customers too, but I'm going to tell you anyways, because I think it's good to know. Now, I may be reading this wrong. There may be more stuff than just this, but the way I read what they sent us is you can get 40% off blends, your Stampin' blends. Love Stampin' blends. The trimmer and the blades. I love this trimmer. The new one is, I think it's fantastic. So you can get, I don't know if the scoring, I would imagine scoring blade and cutting blade come, I want to say scoring blades are packs of 2 and cutting blades are packs of 4, but I never thought to look it up ahead of time. $16 and I can't remember. So this is 40 something dollars. So 40% off. That's like $16 off. That's more than covers tax and shipping, plus a whole bunch more. And then if you need like to, I'm still on the first ever scoring blade. I don't lose them or wear them out, or I don't know, whatever you need them. I have replaced these because every now and again, there's tricks and stuff on how to sharpen this, but every now and again, my paper starts to get too rough on the edges. I pop it out and put in a new blade. So this is one of the things that's 40% off. And ink bundles. So, and I know somebody was talking to me about like stocking up on bundles. So the bundles are 10% off. So I'm thinking if it's 10% off what you would pay if you paid for 10 bundles separately. 10 bundles, 10 ink pads separately. So I'm thinking that bundle price is what's 40% off. But even if it's some other way of calculating, I can't imagine, but 40% off is good. So that's a good time to stock up. Now, if you need, just pop me a message and I'll send it to you. But this is my Stampin' Blends chart. And I usually have a filled in one, but this time I didn't get around to it. So mine is currently blank. But what I like to do, and I usually do this every time there's new colors, right? So every time new in colors come out, I change my sheet up and I do this. I just have to find, these are Poppy Parade. Why? Just because it's random. And what I do is I take, this is light, I take the light Poppy Parade and I draw with the skinny end and I draw with the thick end. And then I take dark Poppy Parade. And you know what? I love to color. And this is like some pretty entry-level coloring, but it is still fun. You put on a little movie or something. And then I take the thick end of the dark. So there's light and dark, thick and thin. And I can tell you that this particular blends is just lovely. But this is how I test them. And then it also shows me exactly what they look like versus looking at like the plastic caps. So if I really wanted to like check a color, I could, but I do this. The ones that I've exited them, I really hope they will rectify. I do not know. So I keep turning it around on you guys. I do not know for sure, but I'm going to hope that when the next annual catalog comes out, because they discontinued the markers, that these colors that have never had blends, that have been staple colors, I think the whole time, as far as I remember. The Gorgeous Grape is newer, but it's been around for a while, that they will make blends in these other colors. But these are the ones that don't have blends. That's why there's X's in there. But anyways, I'm happy to send you one of these little charts. I printed out on a sheet of cardstock because it colors better on cardstock. And then there's my inventory. I can color. I especially like this, which is the Natural Tones blends, I think. And they come in pairs. I want to say the pairs go this way. But these are the ones where you can use them for like skin tone or different animal fur stuff. Like they're basically all just shades of brown. But this is the one where I like to refer to the most because I can never remember which one's which and which one's what I'm looking for. But anyways, let me know because I can quickly email you this PDF should you wish. But I'm going to test all of my blends beforehand. I'm definitely going to stock up on blends. You get 25% off adhesives, select adhesives. Don't know what it is till it's stopped. But Lord knows we use a lot of adhesive, right? Why not get them on sale? So same thing, do a little inventory on your adhesives. And I do actually have, you guys are going to think I'm nuts. And sometimes you probably think that woman is not that organized. But see, I do actually have a little inventory sheet that I have with all my adhesives. And it tells me how many I have on hand and how many I have in the class bins. Now, I pulled all that stuff out. I've had a whole bunch of events. And I haven't gone and updated this one yet. But I did update what is in my drawer, my adhesive drawer. So I will make sure I have enough of those things. And then yes, because you're laughing at me anyways, I might as well go full force. The other thing is 15% off select cardstock. Yes, I can show you this one. So I have another sheet, and this one shows all the colors. And then down the side, it says ribbon, cardstock, ink, refill, blends, and two-tone. And I started this when I was first starting, and I didn't have all the ink pads, and I didn't have all the stuff. Well, now I don't need to fill in cardstock, ink, refill, blend, because I have all, basically. So I just use, but I still use the same sheet. So where it says cardstock, though, I do have little numbers you can see in there. And that's how many full packs I have. I always have an open pack. I'll show you, let's see, when I give you a tour of my craft room, I will show you the whole thing. But I always have an open pack. And then I usually have like one pack below it. A couple things I have more of. But I always just kind of got used to keeping track of the extras. So instead of having to rifle through or look at all the different places, I just look at my sheet. And it's a good way to do it before things go on sale. Now, remember, if you are a demonstrator, you get 20% off on top of that. So like my blends are going to be 40% off. Plus demos either get 20 or 25%, depending on a bunch of things. I get 25. So 65% is what I'm going to save on my blends. You betcha I'm stocking up. Oops, I'm not turning pages for any particular reason. Now, oh, and I forgot to do it. Darn it. Let me see if I can bring it up on my phone while I talk. Okay, so the next thing that's going on is do you remember me telling you before I was obsessed with like this one planning company? Um, they have downloadables. So this is their November theme is these penguins, these frosty penguins. Or actually, I think this is December. November was gerbils that knit. Oh my goodness, they're so cute. But anyways, so I have these adorable little things on my phone. Okay, so December, they're having a prepaid paper pumpkin subscription. I was going to say prescription, subscription sale. Now this is good. Like you can see the prices here. Regular 110 for 82, regular 220 for 165. Enough. Enough. Gute Hund. Gute Hund. I'm practicing my German. I don't think he knows that that means good dog. Good boy, Rascal. Nope. 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 There's not even there. The kid walked by. And then the 12-month subscription, regular $441, on sale for $331. Come on, that's $100 off. That's actually $110. Anyhow, if you already have the monthly subscription, Rascal, if you already have the monthly subscription, when you go into like your little login, you log into the Stampin' Up page. When you go to the paper pumpkin section, right beside your monthly subscription, you have the option to just cancel. And it sounds drastic, but you can cancel it. Buy one of these prepaid ones, which will kick in automatically for December. And you can't cancel the first month because they need it to actually kick in. Or can't skip the first month. They need it to kick in like to process, right? So you will get December's kit. But I'm sure what I'm trying to find it that I'm totally distracting myself is December's kit. And I know where it is. I know where it is on my computer, but I can't think where it is on my phone. Looking at it on my phone. Oh, there we go. Make sure I'm not showing you anything else. So this is December's kit. This is all we know about it. It's 9 cards, like each of 3 designs. It's got these copper elements. So it's got copper embellishments and there's copper foil, I think, in it. And then it says it has a customizable sentiment set. So like this says miss you so much. So I'm going to assume that like miss you might be 1 stamp. It could be 2, but the so much is going to be a different stamp. And there's going to be maybe one that says love. So you could have love you so much, or I can't think of other combinations off that I'm drawing a blank. But look at these amazing colors. These are like blues, shades of blue with a little bit of green leaves and stuff. This kit is gorgeous. But I am so curious because I don't think I've seen, even in the regular stuff, what they mean by customizable stamp set. So very excited about this. So the fact that you're going to automatically, if you take part in this, get the December kit, it's not a bad thing because look at this awesome thing. Okay. So yeah, you go in and you just cancel. You buy one of these, whether it's 3, 6, or 12-month subscriptions, and it will automatically go. Now, once you've got December's kit, you can skip, and you have to go in every month if you decide you don't want it, and you can skip until the thing is used up, or just let it run, and you'll get one every month until it's used up. Well, as soon as you're on your last one, go back into your thing, and where you had your month to month, just hit reactivate, and all your information is saved, your credit card, everything. Hello, Cindy. Everything is saved, and you just reactivate. And it's that easy, right? So this is an awesome deal. There's no more Celebration anymore. You guys remember that? I used to always buy the prepaid during Celebration because then I got all the extra free stuff. Free money is even better. So this is on the 1st. They're introducing a product of the month. I've been talking way too long about all this stuff. Actually, it was more my story of yesterday that probably took too long. But the product of the month is launching on the 2nd. So do these things first. And then if you still have stuff you want to get, on the 2nd, if your order is $100 or more, and that's before you add any coupons or any whatevers, and before shipping and tax, then you qualify to be able to buy the product of the month, which for the first few months is only going to cost you $5. And I happen to know that December's is DSP. So you can add on a pack of pretty blue DSP for $5 with your qualifying order in December. In January, they'll have a different one. Now, we don't know what these are ahead of time. We haven't seen them. I think somebody told us DSP that wasn't necessarily supposed to, and so I just happened to know that. I saw a picture of it, but then that post is no longer there, so I think that was what happened there, but it looked nice. Just saying. Okay, I already told you all that other stuff. So, lots of things going on. If you have questions about any of those things, just let me know. Like I said, message me if you want the blends charts. I think that's it. Okay. I am looking. Where is my calendar? My phone, 20th. It should be tomorrow on the 21st. They always tell us if there's refills. So yes, I admit I was supposed to do like my whole, hey, let's open the kit together. But as you can see, I was curious to see what size the boxes were. I knew the boxes would fit a gift card. This is a November paper pumpkin. I knew the boxes would fit a gift card, as they do, with a little bit of room to spare. But I wanted to know how deep they were. So I like opened the kit, pulled out a thing. I didn't even look at the rest of the kit. Because I wanted to know the box size, because I wanted to know if I needed to watch for refills to get more. But if you need refills or possibly a full kit, I should know tomorrow, because on the 21st is usually when they go live in the store. This stamp set, I'm going to wait. Sorry. Oh, keep going. This stamp set is awesome. I never really looked at it before. So yeah, I didn't actually, this is all I did was rip open enough that I could find grab a box. But I will tell you what I did see, keep you in suspense for the big reveal, is these are the Christmassiest. That's not easy for me to say. Frankly, I'm not even sure if it's a word. But look at how beautiful these boxes are. So we're gonna put a couple of those together. So yeah, if you were like, nope, I didn't sign up for Paper Pumpkin yet, and you missed out on these, they are. Or if you ordered it, but now you just want more of like the consumables. So instead of making here 8 boxes, you can make 80. Let me know, because I will watch for refills and tell you if they are any. Oh goodness, I love these. I do like the non-traditional stuff, but this just like screams Christmas to me. And you know how I said I like blends? Yeah, let me show you something else with the blends. Okay, so I'm going to keep this piece of cardboard for the blends, and hopefully I will remember by the time I'm done. Because seriously, I'm so tired from that garage sale that that my brain is not firing on all cylinders. Okay, so we have a bunch of die cuts. We'll get to those in a minute. This is what I wanted to show you, though. This stamp set is fantastic. It is possible that they have full kits. Like if they have extras, they'll have full kits to release. Look at this stamp set. First off, this little Merry Christmas, which is upside down, and Happy Holidays are the perfect size for most little cards. I love this, a gift for you that you could put on and just like punch out or fussy cut around. From our home to yours, sending a little Christmas cheer. I like this, from our home to yours. I make crack, which is not the bad kind, the good kind. And I like to put like a little, so with this little tag to put on like for the neighbors and stuff. That's awesome. Love the hiccups. Mossy Meadow is the stamp spot. Love Mossy Meadow. These look fantastic. These little red berries. I'm a sucker for a red berry, I tell you. We have some a teeny tiny glue dots and dimensionals. And I don't always use the glue dots from the kit. I tend to use the ones I have in the roll, but these ones are so small. I have a feeling I'm going to need them for like the wreath and stuff. So I'm going to use those ones. I'm trying to take this out of plastic because these are not like super glistening. I love these. Okay, get them out. There we go. They're more like the matte. They're smoky. Oh, they're nice. Okay. Oops, as I dropped them. Those are those. I'm not my absolute favorite of all the ribbons and twines and linen thread. Absolute favorite. Sorry, I'm wearing my sweater today, and the sleeves won't stay up. Okay, so we're gonna make 2 boxes. Right, I'm going to show you really quickly. These boxes go together so quickly. The green, the Mossy Meadow side, is waxy, and this side is like cardstock feeling. So if you're putting food in them, you definitely want to put them in this way. I think, and I'm going to do it this way just because I want to see what it looks like. I think if you were just putting like packaged chocolates or whatever in them, it doesn't matter which way you do it. You don't need to have the waxy side on the inside. If you are stamping them, you definitely need to stamp on the gingham side. I don't know if that's crumb cake or beige. Looks like beige. Let me just, instead of guessing, how would I just look at the back? Basic beige, because right down there in the corner, it tells you the colors. if you are stamping, you're definitely going to want to stamp on the beige side though, because it'll just slide off of here. You could heat emboss on this side, but you have to be very careful stamping the Versamark onto it because it's slippery. Okay, so I'm folding all these over. So this is how easy these boxes go together. And this is pretty standard box form. We put our little tabs in. And we fold over. I just pre-folded all the scores. So put your tabs in and pop these guys over. And this little bit right there just pops into that little hole. And your box is together. And then you take all your little tabs and you just tuck them in. Ta-da! So I just think that that either one of them makes for a very nice box. The tags go this way. So I'm kind of making them like the little books. I guess if you wanted them to hang off, they'd go this way, but we're going to make like little books. Okay, so let's see what we got for tags. So I think the back part, because I talked way too much today. I still have one more kit that I want to show you because it's adorable and it's on Christmas. Like I told you, I'm totally obsessed with my advent calendar and my little plans for my January class. And I know I've said it before, so I'll say it again. But yeah, I think I'm gonna want to do it that way though. So January, yeah, sometimes it's hard to get everybody going, and they're all Christmased out, and they've been doing crafting so much for Christmas, but the advent calendar stuff, none of it is Christmas themed, like what's in it. So it's designed. Am I putting the same? Yes, I am. So it's designed so you use it after Christmas. So I have a whole bunch of projects and like a weekly get together on Zoom where we're going to get together and craft and make projects. And you have the option, I showed you a little bit earlier, but like if you want, you can order all the pieces. So other than what comes in your calendar, which I will tell you the week before what to pre-cut, you get all the little packages like this that make the project. This is just a single card. Some of them are very elaborate. I know I've showed one before. So spoiler alert, this is the one I showed before, but spoiler alert, if you do not want to know, close your eyes. But this is one of the first project we make. I'm sending you the thick cardstock to make this, the window sheet to make this, the 3 note cards, and a whole bunch of punched out stuff, and some ribbon, and this is like the first project. Freaking adorable. I'm just having so much fun with it. So you can choose just the PDFs and like join the group and do the weekly crafting. So it's the 4 weeks in January, the 4 Tuesdays, I want to say. Or you can get me to send you all the pieces ahead of time and then do all of that stuff. Okay. So inside this thing, it does tell you which one goes with which one, but I'm just sort of in my own little world. So anyways, yes, I've done so much Christmas crafting, but I've also switched to non-Christmas crafting because I'm obsessed with the advent calendar, which I knew I was going to open all at once and make a class out of. And it has just turned out so much better than I thought. Oh my goodness, talking about better than I thought. Okay, so these are the bows. Sorry. I look at it for the first time with you guys, so you get to see the actual reaction. I'm such a Stampin' nerd, as my sister calls me. These big white bows are on what feels like thin, a little bit thinner than the other normal stuff, watercolor paper. So they are super soft, but that also means that they're going to work perfectly for what I was going to suggest. Just I've got to put other things on top of that. Oh my goodness. These bows alone are worth getting this box. They are awesome. And I'm just carefully, because I don't want to rip anything. I'm just kind of feeling around for where it joins and just trying to put my thumb as close as possible to where the little joining nub is on the die cuts. Oh my goodness, these bows are fantastic. Fantastic. I put one up there so I don't forget I have it. Okay, and then we have, oh, look at that. I'm gonna end up with pieces everywhere if I don't do this. So I might as well just do it the right way. Okay, so look at these. So these wreaths, which are very pretty. I love holly. So we have these holly wreaths that are in this basic beige color. And you get to layer all this stuff together. Or mossy green, mossy meadow, mossy green. I'm making up my own stuff now. And then we have sprigs, a wreath of sprigs, just like little leaves. Also, two-tone, but here I got to do it this way so you can see. They're in old olive on one side, or a lighter shade of mossy meadow, which to me is old olive, and then they're mossy meadow on the other side. So do these go on the same card? Yes, these go on the same card, so you can layer them this way. So I guess you could have your choice of doing like so that there's contrast, or do it this way. Ooh, fancy. And then the other cards, or the other tag, gets, I wish I knew what these were. I want to say eucalyptus. I think eucalyptus is the plant that has these big round leaves on it, but 100% no. Cindy, any chance you know? So one side is basic beige, one side mossy meadow. And then the other one is generic. I don't know what it is, leaves. And same thing, basic beige, mossy meadow. Okay, there's a whole bunch of those for all of the tags. So then I said I was playing because I decided after yesterday's grad show, I knew I was going to be sore. And I've been doing so much extra work, like less playing, more working, getting ready for it, that today I was just going to play. And so today I've just been playing. I have stuff spread everywhere. So I need to get. So you know what? Here's the funny thing. Even before these are anything, I don't actually know if. Just a minute. Just a minute. I'm looking at the picture. Ta-da! They're reversible too. In the picture, it's on a solid green base. So I'm thinking white is not what I wanted. There we go. So now, which ones do you put? Red, green, white. That's white. That's too white. Yeah. Oh my goodness, look at that. Everything's reversible. You have so many choices this time. So yeah, even before you do anything with this, why am I blanking? Where am I looking? Why do I not see what I'm looking for? There we go. That's why, because I didn't flip the page right. Normally I can just look at stuff and figure it out, but today my brain is functioning a little slowly. Okay, so before I decide which box these go on, and it may turn out that neither one of them goes on the green box, and maybe they're all supposed to go on that one, but we'll find out soon enough. Because the way they have it, they actually have these on here, and you want to make it look like you want it to pop. And then we have a bow, and then we have this one. Just wondering, where did they put the sentiment? Oh, right there. Where's the sentiment on this one? Why don't I see it? Sorry, just a minute. I'm having a moment here. Okay, so with this one, in the pictures, they don't actually have the sentiment. And if you look at, oops, that's a little too high. And if you look in here, like this one just has typing on, or stamping on the back. So I just made the assumption that this went with, like, but I didn't even count how many were there. I just assumed one was on each, but I believe I assumed wrong. And this one is actually looks better like this. And then this one actually does have the sentiment across the front, and on the back it just has the little gift to you. But look at how nice these are without even like stamping anything on them. And then I think the red one, I think I'm still right. I think the red one would go good on here. And I think this one goes good on here. And what I was going to say about blends is I like the white ribbon on this one. On this one, because the box is lighter, I would actually like this ribbon to be red. Pretty sure this is Cobbler. Just double check. It is. So you know this piece of cardstock that's in there? That's me pushing the boxes along and squeak, squeak, squeak. That is light cherry cobbler. Cherry cobbler. We want dark cherry cobbler. Ooh, see, this is why I have to test my stuff, because I haven't used cherry cobbler in a while. And this one is gungy, and extremely wet. Not sure what's going on there. The nib seems to be coming out. Excuse me. But because they're white, and I imagine that is by design, you can use them as white. Put that off to the side so I make sure. And because this is watercolor paper, it's not, you can tell because it's not even soaking through. It's a little bit on the edges because my thing is super wet. And then I can put, so find somewhere to, where's my recycle? There we go. Then I can color the bow whatever color I want. And I can do it for either one. Oh, see, move that down. See, I kind of like it. Okay. So yeah, they took for this one, they stamped on the back on this one. So this is why it's clear on the back, so you can stamp on the back. Okay, those are awesome. I'm not going to stamp on these ones because I'm not actually sure who I'm giving what yet. And so I don't know which one I want to say what. You get the gist. Those are awesome. Put all the bits and pieces back. Yeah, like I showed you, yes, credit card. So look at those. Fantastic. Let me know if you want me to watch for those for you. Let me know if you want to do the advent calendar. Seriously, totally obsessed with it. There. And then the other kit I wanted to show you because maybe you just need a little palette cleanser from all the Christmas. What month are we in? November. So this was one I could order at the beginning of November. And it was so cute. There's actually two. What was the other one? I didn't order the other one. I don't know what the other one was. They're always nice. I was just trying to stick to, I told you at the beginning, right? I have got every time I purge or move or clean, it puts me in mind of, okay, stop buying so much of everything. And then usually I'm like, nope, and I fall back on old habits. But this time it sunk in, and I did not. Okay, now it's bugging me that I can't remember what the other kit was. I did not go back to, I'm just going to order all of them. Whatever it was, I didn't think I would need it immediately. And I knew, this is me showing some restraint. I knew we were about to pre-order and get to see the catalog for the mini. So I had to like save some coinage for that. So this is called Adventure Awaits. And look at these adorable cards, which I'm trying to hold still so they will come into focus. I'm not doing a very good job because I'm also at the same time trying to look up what the other kit was. Kits. Okay. Oh, there we go. Finally focused. Oh, yes. The other one was called Everyday Beauty. Just let me double check again. Make sure I'm not showing you something I'm not supposed to. So it is very pretty with the flowers and lots of die cuts and loving the blues. Oh, loving the blue colors. Anyways, that was the other one. I just didn't order it. But this one was so cute. And so, in my opinion, it is not hard to find cards to give to ladies, right? Or guys that like flowers. I mean, lots of guys like gardening and flowers. People just don't tend to give them the kits. But there's lots of like really pretty card kits. But when it comes to giving cards to the guys or the younger kids or just girls who maybe don't like flowers, there's, you got to watch for those kits. Well, to me, this struck me as a perfect kit for that. This would like enjoy the journey, driving by to say hello. I'm trying to find all the bits and pieces here. And the sheet for the stamp set, not the sheet for the stamp set, the sheet with the sentiments on it. Oh, there we go. Because I'm working on practicing my German, so Roller mit Gentem Jar. I don't know exactly. My pronunciation is probably horrible because I can't find a class, so I'm just trying to like do it online. But enjoy the journey, driving by to say hi. Let the adventure begin. I think let the adventure begin is the perfect grad sentiment. It probably is the perfect wedding sentiment too. Cruising to another year. So that to me is a birthday card. I think there was 4. 1, maybe there is only 3. I thought there was 4 sentiments because at one point, oh no, there is 4 sentiments. I thought there's 3 of each card, 3 each of 3 designs, but there's 4 sentiments. So you have extra sentiments and you have to decide what to do with them. So let the adventure begin. Enjoy the journey. See, that could be wedding or grad too, I think. Or retirement or anything. This could be retirement, driving by to say hello, cruising to another year. Even if you're just friends with somebody, here's, to another year. So we have all this, and they're kind of retro cool, right? With these little diamonds make me think of like the 70s. And frankly, I was a tiny child in the 70s, so I don't even know why, but 60s, 70s, yeah. So those are the envelopes, which look at how fun those are. And then these are some of the pieces. So then we have the bases. So we're going to try to do this as we go. This is the lighter base with, I haven't found them yet. Oh, I have found them with this one, Ocean. Here. You may or may not actually assemble these ones. If not, I'm just, as I said earlier with watching the sneak peeks, I sometimes think you need to see something and see what size it is and see how it goes together. I will let that thing stay open. There we go. To decide if you like it or not. And so I'm trying to make it so that you can get just enough of a look at it. Is the colors, everything. These are just so, I'm loving them. This is the city one. Oh, look at this. We got vellum. We have some those are not embellishments. Dimensionals. We have glue dots. Holy, look at this. This is like it seems like a bigger than average sheet of embellishments, or dimensionals. But look at this sheet of glue dots. Holy cow, we must be doing a lot of gluing in this one. That's a lot of glue dots. Then we have this darker orange. I want to say Timid Tiger and Pumpkin Pie. Let me see if I did well. Where are the colors? Black, Coastal, Curry, Green, Garden, Petal. Nope, just Timid Tiger. So there's just shades of Timid Tiger, darker and lighter ones. What one didn't I use yet? Mountains. Okay, so yes, we have city, beach, and mountains. So look at how many people does that cover. How would I put those where you can actually see them? Wouldn't that be nice? So yeah, it's a vellum car. Which one has the car? The beach. The beach. It has like a old Woody. I think those are what those little station wagon type little looking cars were. And then we have a vellum pickup truck for the mountains. We don't appear to have a vellum convertible. And then we have, oops, this tree goes in the mountains. I'm trying to figure out, is this just for back? Oh, it's for the windows. That's why. God, those guys are genius. So I can see by looking that the vellum goes behind the truck, right? And I was thinking, but you can't really see it, but it's the windows, because once you put it over top of this, now you can see its windows and you can just see through. Oh my God, that's genius. I love that attention to detail, which also explains why there isn't one for the convertible, because the convertible has no windows. But if I put it behind this guy, you'll see it even more, because it's the windows, the windshield, and the back window. Genius! Oh my God, I love little touches like that. Holy. See, I am a big Stampin' nerd. I didn't use my bone folder on these card bases, and the little buggers won't stay down. I'm trying not to have to move everything. I'm cheating. Did you notice I just flipped the bone folder over? I do it all the time and I can't help myself. Once, and it only ever happened once. I've been doing this almost 14 years now, I think it is. It only happened once. But once I went like this with my bone folder and some of the black from the Stampin' Up logo came off. And so I always make sure that whichever way I'm flipping it, like whichever direction, I'm not rubbing the Stampin' Up logo. And it is coming off, but it's never come off on a card. So I don't know why I'm so paranoid, but anyways, I do. Okay, and then we have a tree. Where's this tree? Tree is going with the city, and we have a tree. We have a tree for each one of them. It's just a matter of which kind. We got ourselves a palm tree, a deciduous tree, and a coniferous tree. There we go. We have some luggage in the truck and some packages. I guess we're going shopping. And we have, I don't know what this is, suitcases for our little car. And we have luggage in the convertible. And we have balloons in the convertible. Oh, you know what? Maybe those are presents. I got my hand stuck in. Seriously, I got my hand stuck in the die cut thing. There we go. We have balloons. Oh, and we got a surfboard. That's what I was thinking needed to go on top of this car was a surfboard. And that is everything. Okay, look at all the fun stuff we have in here. Oh, I thought for a minute there was one whole extra sheet of those. Ooh, wouldn't that be exciting? Okay, so now let's decide. I know, you see, I'm going to wait. I'm not sure who I'm giving these to. I'm going to just show you what they would look like, though. But look at these things. These are adorable. So, yeah, the glue dots, excuse me, are to the reason there's so many of them. For one of the reasons, I'm sure I'm still on screen, yes, is we're going to take our little glue dots like this. And we're going to peel out. I can get them off the page as long as I can bend whatever it is I'm using a little bit, because I don't really have any nails. My stubby little fingers, but as long as I can do this. And this is what I suggest. If you hold your fingers like this where they go past on either one, it won't glue together where you don't want it to, because your fingers will kind of hold it apart, and then you can use your fingers to line it up. There we go. And then we just put our little glue dots, and now we have windows in our truck. So when we put it like this, and we pop it up on the dimensionals, I have so many open packs of dimensionals. We did the cards for soldiers, which was so much fun the day we all got together to put them together. But I have all these like half open packages and edge pieces, and I use the edge pieces. Who are we kidding? I use every piece of the on the dimensional. This is a long truck, so yeah, this is getting 4. And then when you pop it up, look at how much cooler that looks. And because I didn't put anything there, it tends to fall. So yes, I am cutting a mini dimensional into thirds. That's right, thirds. Because there's a skinny little piece. Like I said, my big clumsy fingers. There's just enough at the top, but definitely not big enough for a full dimensional, but just big enough for a little strip of dimensional. Then my truck won't roll over. I have one of the dimensionals has a wonky piece on the back. So now my truck is sitting above with my stuff in the back. Because it's a truck, I guess 2 things can fit in it. I'm gonna put this one on the inside because it's farther from the orange there. Just a minute. Need to pop these up. That piece is very long. So we're going to tuck our suitcases in the back of the truck. And there's actually a little tab on the bottom of them so that they go into the truck. And then when you decide to put whatever sentiment you're putting on, this looks like somebody's going somewhere. So we're going to go with enjoy the journey. But like I said, I'm not going to stick it down. Rascal. I'm not really sure. I don't see or hear anything. So apparently my dog hearing is not up to par. But oh my goodness. I think he's still wound up from yesterday. Rascal. And just the sheer rascal. The sheer number of people that came to the house, and he did not enjoy it. And I think what he didn't enjoy was the fact that he couldn't go say hi to them all. I don't think he cares that people come over. He just wants to be able to say hi to them all. But he also does not know to not just run and throw all 55 pounds of chaos straight onto people. big people, little people, small children. So he doesn't get to go see everybody. And so I think he's still a little worked up from yesterday because he's been very sensitive to everything outside today. So then, yes, we'll pop that up. And then it just goes on. I guess you could put it just underneath. I can move these up where they actually belong. You put that just down there. But look at how adorable those cards are. Everything's crooked because it's not put down. Aren't they fantastic? And yes, my son is downstairs, so he did not hear him ring the bell. The dog is trained to ring the bell on the deck when he needs to go outside, which he just did. So I'm not going to put those together because he'll come and start whining at the door now. If we're not fast enough, because he did ring the bell like he was supposed to. Look at those cards. Adorable. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. I will finish them up and post pictures afterwards, but I'm going to go before the dog starts making noise again. Thanks, Cindy. Nice to see you. And yes, let me know if you have questions about any of the upcoming promotions that are coming up. Oh, and there's the dog looking at me like, woman, I rang the bell. Where are you? The advent calendar thing, like I said, so excited about that one or any of the kits. Let me know. Have a fantastic weekend, everybody, and I will be back next week.